Thank you for joining me today to learn more about Assurity's Century Plus Individual Disability Income Insurance Plan. Just to get started, I want to talk a little bit about opportunities available in today's market. Although just about everyone who relies on their income should protect it, however, certain markets present even more opportunities for sales and referrals. Now, typically, doctors, lawyers, key executives, they're considered the go-to market for disability income insurance sales. However, there's a vast and underserved market out there. Whether they purchase insurance to protect their paychecks, to protect their mortgage or rent payments, more Americans than ever could find financial security through disability insurance. Now, it seems like common sense that people rely on their income, but when you dig into the facts, the reality is that most people would have financial difficulties in just a month or even less without having a paycheck. People don't often realize that they are actually their biggest asset, their ability to earn an income. The other thing people don't realize is that disabilities most often are not short-term events. So they think they may be able to get by for a month by asking for a little extra help from family or friends. However, the fact is the average disability lasts nearly 3 years. So that's a long time for someone to go without a paycheck or rely on others for help. Even more eye-opening, 67% of people in the workforce today do not have any type of long-term disability insurance. If a disability puts them out of work, what will they do once any short-term coverage they may have stops paying? Now, these stats paint a clear picture of how unprepared many people are for the financial impact of a potential disability. With all that in mind, really, I hope you can see a target market from this. It's a big one, and that is the middle income market. Working Americans aged 25 to 55 across all occupation fields are great prospects for insurance. These are people who depend on their income and are more likely not to have money saved up that would help them to be able to go without a disability plan. Now, these clients are from all walks of life. So we think about these, we really look at teachers, realtors, nurses, contractors, roofers, and more. The occupation itself doesn't matter as much as the client's dependence on their income. The ideal disability clients also have dependents who rely on a paycheck. They may be a single person, a married person, a person who's just in a long-term relationship, or may have children. So someone else may be depending on that paycheck for their living expenses as well. So now that you know who is the best target to look for, let's cover the best ways to start that conversation and help them see the need for purchasing a plan to cover their income is real. Now, while statistics can be useful, starting the conversation with your clients in a way that gets them thinking about their income and all things it does for them. So here is a few questions that you can use. How much income would you need to support yourself if you no longer could work due to illness or an accident? How long could you go without a paycheck before it would become difficult to pay your bills? How would you afford to pay your mortgage or rent payment if your paycheck stopped? Now, if you've noticed from these questions, these are not questions that get a yes or no answers. They're questions that help your clients think about their situation. As always, listen to the clients and their concerns. They may bring up their own reason for income protection as you're talking. The main point is this: use these questions to help steer your conversation. When they realize just how dependent they are on their paycheck, they'll be looking for ways to protect it. How today, most consumers are doing research online before they're meeting with the clients or with an agent, and being able to show your product knowledge and personalizing it to the situation and needs of each client. That's something that's going to be really important for you to do. It shows your true value as an agent and also helps to further gain the client's trust. So to help you do that, we're going to take a look at some of the key features of our product and then walk through a sales idea. So just to go over some of the highlights of the product, As I mentioned earlier, people may look to purchase a disability policy to cover a certain expense. And the great thing is, our plan goes anywhere from $500 a month up to $20,000, depending on the client's occupation and income levels. Our non-medical limits on this plan, as you can see, for clients ages 18 to 50, we can go up to $5,000 without needing a paramedic exam or labs. Also, for clients in that age group, W-2 employees, we can go up to $4,000 without requiring any type of income documentation. Another key feature about our product is our definition of disability. We have a straightforward definition. If a client can't work in their regular occupation, they will get paid, even if they can work in another occupation. So, true own occupation definition. Also, we do have many riders available to enhance the coverage for your clients. Now, just to show you what those riders are, we have 10 different options that you can choose from here on the screen. Obviously, not available in all states. Reach out to your sales team and they can help you go over details of these riders. But with these, you're truly able to customize a plan that is specific for your client's needs. And that's a great thing to have when you have clients they're all looking at covering different things from the information you would have uncovered from those questions. So as we talked about earlier, our target market for this product is the middle income market. Think about your clients that would struggle if one or more paycheck is missed. So some occupations we write are, again, nurses, realtors, management occupations, IT specialists, chiropractors in all states but California, contractors, and also police, firefighters, and EMT workers. Another thing that I like to feature here is our business owners. We do write quite a few business owners with this product, and we do have some special features available for a qualified business owner. We can do an income enhancement rider, which increases the net income of the business owner by 20% to help offset writing down income for tax purposes. We also can provide an occupation class upgrade, which can result in premium savings and increased benefit amounts for your clients. And also, we do offer a 15% discount on our individual disability plans that your clients would be able to utilize if there are 3 or more plans that are sold. So if your client is a small business owner, their income is pulling double duty at home and at their business. So make sure you're talking to them about the importance of purchasing a disability plan. So now I want to walk through our sales scenario and fact finder to help you determine how much income protection may be needed for one of your clients. So in our example here, we're having Stacy. She's our client. She's 36-year-old female, married, and she's making about $76,000 annually as a realtor. She thought their finances were in great shape until she realizes the difficulties that they would have without one of their paychecks. So in step 1 of our fact finder, we're going to find out what Stacy's 3 biggest expenses each month are. So we can see our rent or mortgage, we see a car payment, and we also see student loans. Expenses are going to be nearly $3,000 a month. So this helps get Stacy thinking about the big things that her paycheck does cover. In step 2, we're going to break down the monthly salary, which is about $6,300 on a monthly basis. Agent recommends covering 60% of their income, which is well within that typical range, which is about anywhere between 1 and 3% of the salary. Now, in step 3, we'll talk with the client about options to protect the income. First option is comprehensive coverage. She qualifies for a monthly benefit based on the income of $3,800. And if we look at that over 5 years with a 90-day elimination period for $73.38, this is going to help make sure that the 3 biggest bills are paid each month. A second option, though, that may be more feasible for the client is just looking to cover just that mortgage. So it's an affordable alternative to covering the entire paycheck and easy to put in terms that the clients can understand. So if we look to cover just that 1950 on a monthly basis, again, keeping that 90-day elimination with a 5-year benefit, the policy is going to cost $32.45 each month. Now, because the benefits are under $4,000, either option that Stacy chooses will offer her hassle-free experience with no medical exams and no extra paperwork required to verify her income. Now, Assurity classifies realtors as an occupation class 4A, which is our highest class. And why is that important for you to know? Other carriers classify based on earnings and years of experience. So just keep that in mind that, um, not all companies will view the same way. And I definitely recommend you take a look at our guides when running quotes or call into our new business area for assistance. Now, let's think about that there are many more prospects out there than just Stacy, the realtor. Our full disability seller's guide includes sales ideas for individuals across different occupations and different income levels. So I encourage you to check that out. Now, looking at different tools to help you sell. I know disability insurance sales are hard for a lot of agents. There's a lot of moving pieces, and it can be difficult for the client to understand. So we do have a fact-finding flyer, just like we walk through, that's available to help you determine how much coverage your client may need or looking at different options to cover just those big expenses. Now, this is just one of the many tools we have available to help you close a sale. I have a few more I want to talk with you about. First, to start with, is our social media kit. Now, the great thing is here, you don't have to worry about writing all your content or using other sources. We have social media kits available for you with pre-made consumer-facing posts. You can simply copy, paste, and post. So a great way to reach out if you're using social media as an advertising mean to gain new clients. Also, if you visit our website, it is assuretydi.com. You'll find many consumer-friendly materials to help educate your clients. This includes brochures and flyers, conversation starters. We have a video available, and a good selection of sales ideas to help you think about other occupations that you can target. So again, you can get these tools on AssureLink, but also can get them on assuretydi.com. So now that you understand a little bit more about disability insurance, I want to talk with you about underwriting. We know that sometimes becomes a factor, and really all you need to understand about disability insurance underwriting are 3 topics. So we're going to talk about occupation, we're going to talk about your income, and we're going to talk about medical history. Now, the great news is we've made this easy for you as well to know what's going on for your clients and get the best possible coverage. So first, occupation. Your client's monthly benefit amount and premium are based on their occupation class. We use job duties, just not their title, to classify their occupations into one of 4 categories. We have our 1A occupation. That includes occupations that involve more heavy manual labor or work where there's an increased risk of accident. So just a few examples to think about: construction laborers, custodians, exterminators, roofers, or long-haul truck drivers. Our 2A occupation class includes skilled and manual occupations and lighter industries, as well as most machine operators. So think about carpenters, plumbers, electricians, farmers, landscapers, car mechanics. Our 3A occupation includes professional or office type occupations with certain activities or hazards involving in laboratory, technical, or supervisory types of service work. So some examples of that would be a daycare worker, a graphic artist, a physical therapist, or a nurse that is in a hospital or surgical setting. And last, our 4A occupation class includes professional or office type occupations that are rarely exposed to hazards. So example, think about you as an insurance agent, an accountant, an architect, a clinical nurse, so one that works at a family physician office, a pharmacist, or a real estate agent. And one more great tip for you to think about when you're working with a client: if you can't decide between 2 occupation classes, And you always can call into our team and our new business area would love to help you to classify your client. However, if that's not an option, just pick the lower occupation class and make the sale. If your client fits into the higher class, you get to go back and offer the client a lower rate. So always good to come back if we can do something and get it a little bit cheaper. Now, next, we're going to talk a little bit about income. So disability income insurance covers a portion of the lost income, typically right around 60%. And that's why we may require financial documentation. If we need it, we'll ask for federal tax returns or other common forms of documentation. So just a tip, if you want to make that process a little bit easier, if you know, for instance, a client's applying for over $4,000, I encourage you to take a look at Assurity's underwriting guidelines, which will go over specifics based on your client's occupation. If they're W-2 workers, we're usually looking for 2 years W-2. And if they're self-employed, we're typically looking for more comprehensive information from their tax documents. And last, a little bit about medical history. Now, the one thing about most insurance products is we know medical history is a key part of underwriting. But don't worry if your client does have a pre-existing condition or injury. Our underwriting team is experienced and is always willing to try to find ways to make the best offer possible for your client. So if we have a client that doesn't fit into traditional Century Plus disability, and we do have an opportunity to offer a greater benefit, we will do that automatically, offer that to you for the client. Also, being able to offer modifications such as riders on a policy, exclusions on a policy, or table ratings is something we can do on a regular basis. And just remember, again, no automatic paramed exam requirements for benefits up to $5,000 for clients up to age 50. So being able to do that is definitely going to make that process a little bit easier for you and a little bit easier for your clients. So now that you know there's a big need for protecting paychecks and you've got the tools to start the conversation and educate your clients, you know how underwriting works. Now, how do you make sure that you're able to close the sale? Chances are your client will have concerns or objections. Asking them questions can help engage them in a discussion and show them, once again, the value of disability insurance. So, one of the most common objections that we hear, especially from younger clients, is that they don't think they'll ever use it. The truth is, none of us knows that for sure. So, here are a few questions that you can ask the client in order to talk through this objection. You have medical insurance. Do you ever plan to use that? Did you know that there's an optional rider that you can get that returns your premium if you do not use the insurance? How would you feel if you needed DI but did not have it? And last, did you know that illnesses cause most disabilities, not injuries? Sometimes just helping that client realize the need is real by giving a few probing questions like this will help them and help you overcome that objection. Now, the second most common objection you're likely to hear is it's too expensive. Now, by using a fact finder and talking about personal situations, you can help them see how affordable policy is and illustrate its value to them. Quarters that we have available can help you focus on a more comprehensive approach or a simpler approach if, say, we're just using that to cover a loan payment. And don't forget to remind them that their premium payment stays the same as long as they own the policy, unlike other types of coverage that may go up and then go down. So it's really important to emphasize with your clients. After all, it's much easier to find out the cost of a new car than the cost of a disability. When it comes to things we don't understand, it is very easy to try to avoid them and hope they don't happen to us. And that's why it's important to walk through this policy and show them the true worth of the insurance. So here are a few questions you can use to have a conversation. If an injury set back your career, would you still be able to achieve your long-term financial goals? Could you put your kids through college, save for retirement, or keep up with existing debts. Second question is, you pay for insurance to protect your pets, your luggage, and your cell phone. Why not protect that paycheck, your income? Third question, why do you pay for medical insurance? Fourth question, how expensive would it be to pay for your treatment and make up lost wages out of pocket if you were to become disabled? And last question, did you know that this plan has an optional return of premium rider? So if you are lucky enough to never have to use this benefit, you can get some of your money back. So great questions to just help them start again, open up that conversation to be able to direct them as to why they actually do need this plan. And the next objection you may hear is that I have disability income insurance through my workplace. So again, here by asking a few more questions, we can show the client where their coverage may fall short, or if they don't realize how it works, point out some of the key features. So here are a few questions that you can ask. Ask them if they know about the ins and outs of the group policy. Do they know what the elimination and benefit period is? Uh, Second question, is the benefit amount high enough to cover your needs? Next, I like to ask if the benefits are portable. So if they do leave their job that they're at currently, does that policy stay with them? And four, did you know if your coverage applies outside of the workplace? We know there's many different variations of worksite and group type disability policies that companies may have. So just being that advisor for your client to help them look over the insurance that they already have is important, to just go over and help them, see where there may be some gaps there. So attaching value to disability benefits. It's very important to talk with your clients about specific expenses to help them, really understand how a disability policy works and how it could help them in a real life situation should something happen. Talking about disability insurance in terms with your client's mortgage, it's just one way to frame the sale. Attaching value, maybe discussing with the clients how they could use it to keep current on credit card bills, other loans or bills, student loans, car payments. Unlike other types of coverage where benefits and costs change, the disability plan provides the same coverage for the same premium as long as the clients own it. So that, on one hand, can provide your clients with a great peace of mind. So just finally to end with, I want to give you a few ways to tie everything together and get the sale. Telling a story. People connect to stories. Your social media feed and television are filled with stories of people who face disability and unable to work. You may personally know someone whose life was changed by a disability. Feel free to ask permission and share their story. Tell them why you personally have a disability policy and why that's important for you to have. Next, sharing statistics. Now, stats really don't often sell insurance. However, they can support the importance of why your client needs a disability plan. Figures on the lacks of savings, the average duration of disability, Social Security disability approvals, and even medical bankruptcies are all valuable in helping to frame the discussion with your client. Next, emphasizing the need. Losing all their income could spiral into losing a whole lot more. Remind your client of the importance of protecting what they already have in case of an injury or illness, and show them how little protecting their mortgage could cost, and show what the cost of having no protection in place would look like. Making it personal, ask that client, what they would do if they couldn't provide for their family, support their lifestyle anymore. Having a disability policy can help give them the peace of mind today and also in the future. And last, just be confident. When you're working with Assurity, you're with a carrier that puts people and our planet first. As a mutual organization and a certified B, we're committed to using our business as a force for good. So I think you're ready to get started with us now. Remember, our team here is ready to help you in any way that we can. We're just a phone call away. Thanks so much, and look forward to working with you.